Chase Lee Hockey here with the Blue Futon. Out of the theaters is a movie called Devotion. It's based in the Korean War or the Forgotten War. Is this just like Top Gun Maverick, or is it more of a methodical story? Let's find out. Devotion, what's about? It's a very simple premise, actually. This movie is based right after Pearl Harbor, or if you want to say it, right after World War II, where these pilots, these aviation people in the Navy, wanted to be pilots in the war. But unfortunately, to them, they're not going to be part of a war anymore. They're going to be part of reconnaissance missions. But then all of a sudden, there's Russia, there's North Korea, there's China. Sounds like today. But then we have Jesse Brown as a pilot and also his pilot mates. What's different about him? He is black in the Navy, and with the problems in the 1950s, he had a hard time, but he always kept his head held high to figure out what he wants to do for his country and for his personal gains. So did I like this film? When watching the trailers, I think the trailers did deceive the movie a little bit. The movie made it feel like it was going to be a World War epic of nonstop battle sequences. However, this is a story-driven movie about Jesse Brown, his wife, the other pilots in the Navy, them training with this new aircraft that is a beast compared to everything they're flying to, his past experiences, and what they're going to do on this Korean Peninsula movie. So it is a good movie. It's methodical. It's thought out. It's emotional. Is it a little bit too long? You could say in some scenes, but I thought it was a very different war movie. Even though you just saw Top Gun Maverick, it's going to be the #1 movie of 2022. This one is a lot more story driven. I do appreciate that it took its time to get to point A to point B. So let's talk about the acting. We have Jonathan Majors as well as Glen Powell did a fantastic job. There are other characters in the story, and they all do their job extremely well. The story itself is very interesting, and I think they gave a lot of historical details, and it was very just fun and different. And you're like, and it took its time. And I appreciate that. You have just so many fast-paced movies nowadays where it's like boom, 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 boom. Like you could say Strange World, even though it's a cartoon, it's like boom, boom, boom. This is more of like, okay, what is Jonathan Majors or Jesse Brown going through right now? All right, something happened to him on his first mission with his, leader in the, it's not called a squadron in the Navy. I don't know what it's called, but something happened. So it's like insubordination. He's like, do you really know what that means to me to go up in the ranks? And it does these dialogue scenes where it's not rushed. And it just feels refreshing, where you have room to breathe. And Devotion gives you that time to breathe from point A to point B to point C. Or you could say Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. Even when they're in the dogfights, even though when they're trying to get these bridges, torn down or bombed, even though there was a plane crash, you know what's happening because it is thought out. It shows everything on screen, and it doesn't leave anything to guessing. And that's very positive. So you have the great acting, you have the great storytelling, the great directing, and just technically, the movie's pretty good. The sound design is good, but it's the CGI that does give a little bit of fault to the movie. So we're going to go into the faults now. And to me, the biggest fault will probably be the CGI, because when they're bombing on the China border or North Korean border and these people are running from an aerial point of view, it doesn't look good. You can totally tell their budget didn't go there. Their budget went to, I think, trying to get all these planes in the movie, as well as trying to get as much, aerial footage as possible. So when it comes to the bombs, when it comes to the people on the ground running, that's where the CGI kind of faltered, in my opinion. So overall, I think Devotion's a great movie. It's a great, thought-out, methodical story that makes you think, that makes you enjoy what you're watching on screen. And this movie can be appreciated because we're in that TikTok world of the 30 seconds, the 15-second shorts. I do it. But this movie, it lets you breathe, it lets you enjoy the story, and when the credits roll, you walk out of the theater going, yeah, I could have shed a tear, and I might have did it in one of the final scenes. So Devotion will receive a 4 out of 5 Blue Futons. This goes at 80%. So see the critics' news scores gave this one. So you have a 78% with the critics, 67 of them. Audience score at 93% with over 100. Here's critic consensus. Honoring real-life hero while delivering impactful drama, Devotion is a straightforward biopic elevated by stand-up performances from a talented cast. Absolutely. This is something that I highly recommend you watch if you like plane footage, if you like historical movies. And it just makes you think, how hard do we have it today? Just in general. Like you could say, yes, blacks had it hard in the 50s. 100%. You cannot disagree with that sentiment. But then when you look at like today's day and age and like America and the war we're in, which we're really not, and what we're complaining about, then you look at movies like this, like real drama and real hardship, it just makes you be thankful for what you have. So anyway, 78, 80, was it 93? Chase out with Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think is Booftopia. You Booftonies, thank you for watching. A fantastic day. Yeah, so if you see one of them this weekend, this should be one of them for sure.